Picture this, Habs faithful. The Montreal Canadiens are on the cusp of a transformative week, with trade rumors swirling that could reshape our roster and accelerate our path to the Stanley Cup. The chatter is intensifying, pointing towards not one, but potentially two significant moves that could define Kent Hughes' aggressive strategy. From the long-anticipated departure of Patrick Laine to the audacious pursuit of St. Louis Blues star center Robert Thomas, the Habs are clearly thinking big. This isn't just about minor tweaks. It's about high-stakes gambles and strategic acquisitions designed to push us from contender to champion. Let's kick things off with a rumor that's been brewing for months, now reaching a boiling point: the imminent trade of Patrick Laine. Per notable insider David Pagnotta of the Fourth Period, the Los Angeles Kings are finally kicking the tires on the 27-year-old Finnish forward, and other teams are in the mix too. Pagnotta even doubled down, stating that Laine could be on the way out this week. This is a no-brainer, a move that makes perfect sense for both sides. The Kings, reeling from the loss of Kevin Fiala, and with Artemi Panarin not quite filling the void, desperately need scoring. Laine, despite his injury-riddled 2025-26 season where he played only 5 games, still possesses one of the most lethal shots in the league. He scored 20 goals last season for us, proving he can still produce when healthy. For the Canadiens, this trade is about one thing: cap space. Laine carries an $8.7 million AV, and while Montreal would likely need to retain 50% of that, moving even half of his contract frees up crucial dollars. With younger players and in-season additions having pushed Laine out of the lineup, his departure is essential for roster flexibility. This is a reflection of Laine's talent, but rather the harsh reality of modern NHL roster management and the emergence of our young core. It's a low-cost, low-risk deal for the Kings, who get a potential top-6 scorer, a reduced cap hit, and a vital cap-clearing move for the Habs. This transaction is less about what Laine can do for us now, and more about what his departure enables us to do next. But the Laine trade, while significant, is merely a prelude to something potentially much bigger. The ongoing barrage of Canadiens rumors points towards a truly monumental acquisition. Reports from RG Media suggest the Habs are reportedly in the mix for St. Louis Blues star center Robert Thomas. Now this is a game changer. Thomas, a 25-year-old two-way center, is exactly the kind of player who transforms a good team into a great one. He's a consistent 70 to 80-point producer, a Zelka Trophy contender, and a proven winner with a Stanley Cup under his belt. His blend of offensive skill, defensive responsibility, and leadership makes him one of the most coveted centers in the league. This pursuit of Thomas signals a clear shift in Kent Hughes' strategy. The Canadiens are no longer just looking for depth additions. They are actively targeting high-impact, big-ticket players who can immediately elevate our championship aspirations. While Hughes has been cautious about overpaying for blockbusters in the past, reportedly passing on Nazem Kadri earlier this year, Robert Thomas represents a different caliber of player. He's younger, more versatile, and fits our long-term vision perfectly. If there's a chance to land him, the Habs will undoubtedly try. Let's break down what a trade for Robert Thomas would entail. This would be a massive deal, requiring a king's ransom. The Blues would demand a package centered around multiple first-round picks, a top prospect like David Reinbacher or Lane Hudson, and potentially a roster player. We have the assets to make this happen. Our deep prospect pool, combined with a wealth of draft picks, gives Hughes the ammunition to make a compelling offer. Imagine a scenario where we send a package including our own first-round pick, a prospect like Reinbacher, and a roster player like Kirby Dach or Josh Anderson. It's a steep price, but acquiring a player of Thomas's caliber, a true number one center who can play in all situations, would be a franchise-altering move. The fit for Thomas in Montreal is undeniable. He would immediately slot in as our undisputed number one center, allowing Nick Suzuki to shift to a more natural second-line role, where he could thrive offensively without the immense pressure of being the top pivot. This would create an incredibly deep and dangerous center ice, giving us a 1-2 punch that few teams in the league could match. Thomas's defensive prowess would also be invaluable, strengthening our penalty kill and providing a reliable presence in our own zone. His leadership and winning pedigree would further elevate our young core, teaching them what it takes to win at the highest level. However, Habs fans should temper expectations. While the pursuit of Thomas is real, these types of blockbuster deals are rare and incredibly difficult to pull off. Only a handful of teams have the assets and the wherewithal to make such a trade. If a deal for Thomas doesn't materialize this week, it shouldn't be a cause for disappointment. The Canadiens already have the pieces they need to contend, with a solid core of young talent in Suzuki, Caulfield, Slavkovsky, and Hudson. Plus, plenty more talent is on the way through our robust prospect pipeline. The most plausible Canadiens rumors beyond the Laine trade are likely those focusing on depth pieces to help our young core win. Adding a veteran defenseman, a reliable bottom six forward, or a solid backup goalie could still significantly boost our chances this season. Kent Hughes has shown he's not afraid to roll with the current roster if no other deals make sense, prioritizing long-term sustainability over short-term desperation. So, let's throw a tough question into the mix to spark some heat in the comments. If you're Kent Hughes, do you have the opportunity to trade for Robert Thomas? Do you push all your chips to the middle, even if it means parting with a top prospect and multiple first-round picks? Or do you hold firm, trust our current core, and focus on more conservative depth additions? What's your call? Blockbuster for Thomas or build from within? I want to hear your takes. Let's get the debate roaring louder than the Bell Center crowd. As we navigate this whirlwind of trade rumors and anticipate a potentially transformative week, the Montreal Canadiens are clearly signaling their intent. From clearing cap space with Laine to aggressively pursuing a star like Thomas, Hughes is orchestrating a strategy designed for immediate and sustained success. If you're as hyped as I am about the direction of this team and the pursuit of a Stanley Cup, smash that like button to show your Habs pride. Subscribe if you haven't yet, because we're diving deep into every rumor, every trade, every strategic move, every step toward the Cup. Let's keep the passion for the Blue, Blanc, ET Rouge burning bright. Until the next update, keep the faith. We're building something unstoppable.